Audience. I didn't write it down. Yay. Okay, so my speech is going to be on ways to navigate and save money at Halloween Horror Nights. So I want you to think about your favorite time of year, whether it's Thanksgiving or Christmas, and what your favorite traditions are in that time of year. Some people like to carve a turkey, some people like to decorate the tree. Well, my favorite time of year is Halloween, and I'm pretty much the expert on Halloween Horror Nights during that time of year. Everybody knows it, friends, family know it, everybody comes to me for tips on it, and I pretty much know the best ways to navigate the park, to save money on tickets, and how to get the most out of your time and money while you're there. So, one of the first things you have to consider is getting your ticket. The best and most effective way I've seen to do this is to find someone, a friend or a family member, with an annual pass. Because with the annual pass, you get discounts on tickets, you get discounts on passes, and you get free parking. So all you have to do is get this little code on the back of the annual pass, which is like this. I have one right here. And on the back, you just ask for their code, and you type it in on the website, and it'll take you to a special login screen where you enter your information, and it goes from there. Also, not a lot of people know that not only Florida residents, but Georgia residents get discounts on tickets too. Besides that, you can get discounts on the back of Coke cans, and at Burger King, they'll do it on Coke cups and things like that. So there's like tons of different ways to get your discount on your ticket before actually going to the park. And another way to save time is to print your ticket out before actually getting to the park, so you don't have to wait in line for that. So once you actually have your ticket in your hands and you're ready to go, the next step would be to navigate the houses and see the most for your money in the amount of time, and get to see rides, shows, scare zones, things like that. Every year there's usually about 7 or 8 houses, and not a lot of people know that the event actually gets really crowded. Wait times can go up to like 70, 80, 90, even 120 to 3 hours. Not a lot of people know that actually the houses end and start at specific places, and a lot of houses end where other houses start. So it's easy to navigate your way through the park instead of going to one side of the park and then going to the other. So a lot of websites like forums and things like that will post the map before the park actually opens. They'll get a release of the map before the park opens, and you can actually plan out your route that way. So there is one called Horror Nightmares. It's on Facebook. You can go there and find it and actually plan out your whole trip around the park before you even get there. Another one that seems like it would be more common sense, but not a lot of people know, is that when you go to the park, a lot of people actually go straight to the house in front of them. If you navigate to the back of the park, houses are way shorter in lines, and by the time people make it back there, everyone from the front is working their way back and you're going forward. So you get to see more for your money, and you can stop and see shows in that time. You can eat, you can go on rides, other things that other people are probably not doing. One another thing that people might not really be aware of is that Universal offers a handicap pass. I know it sounds like you need to be actually handicapped, but it's not. You can have anything from social anxiety to being afraid of closed-in spaces, asthma, anything that enables you from waiting in a line. You can go to the security office or guest services and tell them. And all you have to do is provide them with your ID, and they give you a little piece of paper you fill out and you get it. So what the handicap pass does is actually cuts your time in half. You go up to the person, they write down a time for you to come back for the ride or the house, and in that time you can go and do other things instead of waiting in line. Not a lot of people know about it. Super effective. It's the way that I do it every year, and the pass actually is good for up to 6 people. So another way to save money, instead of getting that $100 extra fast pass for the houses, is to actually just get that handicap pass, and it works for 6 people in up to 2 weeks if you get a frequent fear pass, which is for more than one night. So you have tons of different ways you can save time, save money, and get the most out of your money and see most of the park, unlike most people who see maybe 1 or 2 houses. Another thing is to save time that a lot of people don't go at the beginning of the year when the event starts in September. A lot of people wait until October. If you go the first few days it opens, it's actually way less crowded than any other time in October, where houses go up more into the 3-4 hour mark. When you first start in September, houses are 5-10 minutes maybe. I saw way more houses at the beginning of the event than at the end of the event. So finally, the last way to save some money while you're actually in the park, not buying your ticket, but when you get in the park. It sounds old school, but eat and drink before you're there. Alcohol is way more expensive than anything else at that park, and you'll be paying $10 alone for a beer. So you can drink even in City Walk. It's cheaper right outside of the park itself. You can drink in City Walk and go in, and it's the same. You're right there. It's not like you have to drive or anything. And food. It's better to eat when you're outside of the park, but also back to people with annual passes. If you go with a friend that has an annual pass, you get discounts on food, as well as merchandise if you want to buy anything. So again, mooch off that person with the annual pass. It's going to save you a lot of money. It's going to save you a lot of time. So in conclusion, I mean, there's tons of different ways for you to save money, to save time, to make the most out of your park visit. I would definitely get your ticket in advance, use someone's annual pass to buy it and get free parking, eat and drink before you're in the park, and go during the start of the event. Those are all the best ways to save your money and get the most out of your experience. Thanks.